Welcome to the Paycheck to Passion Top Tips video podcast, where we bring you the best advice for everyday entrepreneurs from our podcast interviewees. Okay, so what's on the show today then, Meredith?
Well, today we're interviewing Bradley Thomas. And, this is a really interesting interview because Bradley is really fairly new to the online space. And what he does is he helps people develop habits to help them succeed. And it's really through his own experimentation on himself that he's discovered, what works for him and what works for other people. He was in the IT world for 14 years. And then he's thinking, maybe I should do something different. He talks about in the interview his visit to a life coach that set him on a whole different path. And then, fate and the universe just sort of all aligned to have him get laid off from his job just when he was thinking about how to get away from his job. And so it's a really interesting interview to see actually how people leave and how people start a business based on themselves and their passion. And Bradley gave a lot of really good hints for how to really jumpstart the success in your business and in your life.
Yeah, absolutely. He seems to have got it right from the start, and it's certainly an interesting story. Yes. So, let's go and hear from Brad. If you were to give your top 5 tips to somebody who was in the same position as you, maybe not really liking their corporate job and thinking that they have a mission to do something else by themselves, what 5 things would you tell that person?
They need to figure out what is their why. That's probably one of the biggest things that you can do, is to figure out what motivates you. If you can't do that, because if you don't have that, no matter what you pick, there's going to become a point where you're going to get up in the morning and you're going to go, what do I want to do today? And you're going to be like, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. But if you have your why, you're going to know why you're doing that. And for this year, my reason of why is I want to pay off my mother's house so she doesn't have to worry about it anymore. So that's what's driving me to, start my business and get myself set up. So that'd be your biggest number one. And I would even say, that's probably worth all 5 points right there. But, focus. Like I said, focus. And what I mean by that is that if you're working on a project, and let's say, just for example, you're trying to get, the website done. You're just working on that one page. Just focus on doing that. Now, there's going to be 1,000 questions that come up when you're doing that, and you're trying to answer all of those. Are going to bring up other questions. And for me personally, I would always get caught up in those tangents. And like, okay, so I'm working on the FAQ page, and now I'm going to answer this question. Then my mind would jump over to that other thing, and then the next thing you know, I'm researching on Google, trying to figure out that problem, and trying to find that solution. And then, it's an hour later, I'm like, oh man, I haven't even finished the stupid thing I tried to start. So that would be, another one. A positive mindset, like I said, getting back to, kind of the failure thing. And don't beat yourself up all the time. You're going to screw up. It's okay. It's part of the process. And another one would be, you're the average of the 5 people you surround yourself with the most. So start surrounding yourself with people where you want to go. I'm located here in St. Louis, and we have a really good startup community here. A lot of people are coming from around the country to move here to start their businesses, just because the startup community here is really big. If you don't surround yourself with people that are like-minded, you're going to likely stay the same as what you are. I had to make that decision when I moved back to St. Louis, and so I really thought about it, and I'm like, I need to start hanging around with people trying to do the same thing. And now that I'm doing that, things are changing, and I'm being pushed, by those people to go in the direction that I want to achieve, and it makes a huge difference. So I would recommend anybody else going out there, find someone, who you admire, and reach out to them. Maybe ask them. You don't send them a 50-page long email. Send them a really quick, very specific question, and a lot of times, they'll reply and give you the answer. and then you can start a relationship from there, and hopefully be able to become more successful from that.
Thank you for listening. If you would like more, then all our episodes are available on iTunes or on our website at paychecktopassion.com. There you can find additional resources, you can ask us a question, or just get in touch. See you next time.